Alright everyone, so I'm going to do something a little different here, DPDers. I'm going to do a voice-over recording over the video I have for you today. I had the opportunity to go visit a group called Edge Addicts, and this fine drivers group goes out monthly to various tracks here in the Texas area and takes over that track generally during the week when there aren't any professional races on the weekend, and has the track to themselves for an entire day. And those individuals are able to take their streetable cars and drive them around the track in different sessions. Pretty exciting time for me because although my car isn't ready to go out on the track yet, these individuals have done a lot of things to their streetable cars and make them track ready to go out on the track. Whether it's tire upgrades, suspension upgrades, brake upgrades, so forth. And it's a well-run event. Again, it lasts all day. And as you can see here, there's a lot of participants. So this is out at Cresson MSR in Cresson, Texas. Cresson is about half an hour south of Fort Worth. I live here in the Dallas area, and so it's not too far a drive for me or any of these individuals. And so during the lunch break, a lot of the cars have come back in and have parked while they're taking an hour lunch break. They have a morning session and an afternoon session. And behold, here are several beautiful GT3s. I just love the blue color of this car. 3.8 liter GT3. Just perfect in every way. Again, Porsche makes all of its cars are in a sense trackable, but then they do these special one-offs where the GT2 and GT3 and GT4 versions of their popular 911 and Cayman series. Here's a 5.0 that's been modified. Looks like they've had a new intake put on it, a couple other small mods, and then, oh my gosh, the Shelby GT350. That light gray is just amazing. Beautiful car. So in a sense, this is Mustang. This is Ford's trackable car. You just take it out there on the track. Brakes are upgraded, tires, suspension, obviously engine. It's ready to go. Corvette Z06. In a sense, this is Corvette's trackable car. So very exciting to see it out there. They've got a modified hood there. Looks like a carbon fiber hood. And here we go, the Camaro SS, the Ford Mustang's Nemesis. And you see they got a new cold air intake box on it. It's got, looks like the Z01 add-ons in the front there with the canards up front. And I think it has an amazing license plate. It says not a ZL1. That's very smart. I like that license plate. An old BMW 3 Series out there. Now here's another GT3. This is a unbelievable version, 4.0 liter. So a newer one than the 3.8 that you just saw, the blue one. It's just an amazing thing when you see these GT3s out there. You know, these are serious drivers to take it upon themselves to actually go and buy the GT3 series instead of keeping with the normal, you know, Carrera S, Carrera Turbo. This is a whole nother level. So again, this is during the lunch break. So it's an opportunity for me to go walk around and see all the cars that are out there. And so I'm just starting at one end of the rows of parked cars, and we'll just take some of the more important ones as we go down the line. So here's a Roush version, a Roush edition, and here's a Boss 302 in front of it. I think you'll notice here, I know I certainly noticed that similar cars generally are parked together at this event. So the Mustangs usually hang out the Mustangs, Camaros usually hang out the Camaros, the BMWs are around the BMWs, and the Porsches are around the Porsches. So here's the Boss 302. It's got racing seats in it, so it has the racing seat belts, and here's a Porsche 911. You're going to notice all these cars, because they're streetable, they don't have the side markers, stickers for you to put your number on for most of them. So they just use regular blue painter's tape. Oh wow, look at this. I still don't know what that car is, but obviously it's part of the racing series. That's what's cool about this racetrack. You've got all these different racing series that are based out of here. And they've got garages. There's a Giulia. Beautiful. Ford Focus. And then here we go, another GT3. Black one. So you got all these different race series based out there, 3.8, and they garage all these cars out there. Obviously, it's easier to keep them there than keep trailer in back and forth from your home back out there, especially if they're not streetable. And then here's a Corvette Grand Sport. Beautiful car. Again, it's got the blue painter's tape. And oh, that's COTA. That's the racetrack COTA, Circuit of the Americas, based in Austin, Texas, where the F1 races are. That's what that racetrack sticker was. And then, oh, here we go. Here's another Mustang out here. Obviously has the upgraded wheels, RTR wheels, tires. Beautiful. A Challenger 392 Hemi. Beautiful. It's got the Super B. And here we go. Here's the BMW group here. M3. Beautiful 4-door version. And then here's the M2, 2-door. Beautiful. And then another M3. Four-door. And then happened to see across the way another car had shown up, be out there, I guess, to test what it's doing. But this Camaro is unreal. This late 60s Camaro. Totally redone for the track. I mean, this thing's got so many different things in it. The ground, I mean, just, holy smokes. Really kind of out of place of this, but it's out there getting its work in. So here's a Hellcat. This is my first time actually seeing a Hellcat up close on my own. You don't see them. I mean, people usually garage them, I guess. But I love the sticker package on this thing. It's just unreal. Beautiful. Over 700 horsepower. And the license plate says, "Move, please." Amazing. Just gorgeous. A ZL1. So this is the top of the line version of the Camaro, the ZL1. So it's got the upgraded engine, the canards on the front, the ground effects package. 650 horsepower. This is the GT 350 competitor. With the gray camouflage style here, pattern across it. Just beautiful car. And then this is an old school M3. This is back when M3s were two doors. So I love this version. This is the E92. This is the one that's got the V8 in it. And here's another GT350. Beautiful license plate, NVH. You guys probably all familiar with that term, NVH, noise, vibrations, harshness. Very smart license plate. They've got there. Got a little, looks like a 4-point roll cage in the back.
But it's negative. That's the part I don't quite understand.
So he's obviously taking out, yep, he's got a tow hook in the front. He obviously takes it out to go racing, so. Around the track. He enjoys it. Good for him. Another Z06. I love these things, When you look at American cars, there's so many different types out there to choose from. Oh my goodness, look at this old Porsche. It's got the little small 4-cylinder mid-engine. So light. And because it's so well balanced, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. And here's another Mustang. It's definitely got the race tires on it, race wheels on it. Yep, it's set up for racing. Yep, it's got the tow hook in back. And then you've got another GT350. So these three cars, I talked to the owner of this GT350. And they're part of what they call Team OKC. And they travel together and go around different tracks around the country. And so this is their one of the tracks that they've hit together. But they've gone all out to California. They've been in Atlanta. They've been on both sides of the coast. So this guy really enjoys taking his cars out there. So there's three buddies that travel together. Boss 302. Got a 4-point roll cage in the back.
Oh, really? How you doing?
Good, sir. Good.
It was. And
and I were running about the same time. We did point buys and stuff, so I knew to look.
Like the license plate, it says Wiley, like just like Wiley Coyote. That's very smart, very smart. I like that for the license plate. And another GT 350. So there's quite a few of them out here today, and they're all beautiful. I love the gold wheels on that. Just perfect. You can see some of them have truck trailers behind them. So some of them are being trailered in. Obviously, if you're just a one-man shop, it's probably easier doing it that way, because you can bring all your tools with you as well in your trailer. So just trailer it out there. Obviously, people that are dedicated to doing this sort of thing have that set up. These Camaros here, obviously beautiful. They're obviously together.
Yes, I'm having a great time.
Grouped together. You know, I had a tough time deciding which car I was going to choose. Whether I was going to choose a Mustang, a Camaro, and a Challenger. It was tougher between Mustang and a Camaro as well as the Z01. Just because both have just, you know, such an amazing following for doing this type of racing. And they've been doing it for so long. You know, the Challenger really is kind of new back on the scene again. In the old times, yeah, it was right up there with them, but in the 60s and early 70s, but with the Cudas and Challengers. But the Camaros and Mustangs have been in for decades. And so here's another GT 350. So I knew that both cars had such a great support groupings out there, and just tons of vendors and dealers and parts and service and, you know, specialty shops focused on just those two cars.
Beautiful car, love the GT 350s.
In whatever, you know, fashion of this dream that I had for myself. So it was a tough choice between the Mustang and the Camaro. Ultimately chose the Mustang. I don't regret it, but I think I'd be equally happy with the Camaro. Gen 3 of the Coyote engine. Put in the next generation, I guess Gen 2 of the S550 body, slightly modified in the front. You know, whole new look. I don't know if it's 2018 or 2019, but it's beautiful anyway. So that's the majority of the cars that are out there during the lunch break, and just beautiful. So they really have, they had 3 sessions in the morning and 3 sessions in the afternoon. And we're going to get a chance here to see the afternoon sessions here in just a moment. And you can see the whole complex here. They've got so many garages and private setups out there, houses out there along the track that you can rent. Just an unbelievable setup out there. So we're back out here watching the track again. You can see the houses in the distance that you can buy or rent and enjoy a weekend of racing, or a full week if you want to stay out there, I guess. So anyway, these cars, they're just humming. They Man, look at that Camaro. Beautiful. Got a Miata out there. Oh, that's a Viper. Black with the yellow top, painted top. Beautiful. I didn't see it during the lunch break. It must have been in one of those garages. They probably keep it out there. Oh, it looks like someone in the distance got off the track. You see the dust fly up and he's off the track. So the cars are going around it. He's back on the track again. You know, it's I mean, you're hitting these corners at top speed, and you got to have control of your vehicle, that's for sure. When I race, I do plan on having special insurance. I think that's important, just for times just like that. You know, a lot of times it's you know, it's like accidents when you're out here driving on the street. Most of the accidents aren't caused by you, they're caused by somebody else, and you're involved. Wow, that's that Camaro that just zipped by, that 60s Camaro. That thing is set up for track. So, you know, so it's just like out here when you're racing, I recommend you get, you know, just for insurance for the day, racetrack insurance. I looked it up, and so I give you an idea. If you know, I won't quote the actual insurance carrier, but what they do is they set it up to where they ask you for the value of the vehicle itself, and then they ask you for the value of the modifications you've done on the vehicle. And then based off of that, in the event that you select, like this would be considered like a DE event, which, you know, stands for driving experience. There's that Camaro going by again. 60s Camaro, on the blue GT3 as well. So so it's based on driver's experience types of events. This one would have cost me, because my car, I put the, you know, rounded up value of my car at $30,000, and then $30,000 of modifications. So in a sense, they're insuring a $60,000 car. And this would be with $1,000. Okay, it was $200. Now, if I just insure the value of the car, which I put it at $30,000, then it's $100. So with them, it's basically the overall value is what they're insuring, and it just, they're not playing any mathematical models on you or anything by saying, oh, you know, if your overall value is $60,000, but you want to insure $30,000, then we're going to still keep you around that $200 mark. Well, they're not do that. So anyway, here's out here at the paddock. You see my car parked out there, the BMW. And this is where each session of cars waits for its next turn. So one session's coming off, and another session is getting ready to come back on for its session. So this is the first session coming off that we just watched. And oh, there's a Cayman. Cool. And here's another session that's getting ready. They're lining up to get on the track. So they keep, it's very well organized. They don't waste a second. As soon as these other, there's a great GT350s. Oh, and here, oh my gosh, that Viper. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So, yep, as soon as those cars come off, then they're going to allow these cars to come on. Looks like that Viper is swinging back around. Looks like it's going to go back to its, yep, so that's it. It's got its own garage. looky there, that it probably keeps it at. And that's why I didn't see it during the lunch break session parked along the rest of the other cars. So yeah, again, just a reminder, as you can see, as these cars are rolling out, if you don't have a normal sticker already on the side of your car, they ask you to put on blue painter's tape so they can identify you. And if your car is blue, then you need to put the blue painter's tape on the window. And the other thing, as you notice, is that anytime you're on a track event, whether your car is streetable or race ready or whatever, you must drive it on the track with the windows down. So if you're not used to that, you're going to have to get used to that. You're going to have to get used to that. And they all have helmets on, even though, again, this is not a race. Going to participate in these DE events, you must have a helmet. You don't have to have a roll cage, but you must have a helmet. So we're at the end of this, and I just want to show you, this is the gas pump out there at the racetrack. 109 unleaded, almost $10 a gallon. You can get leaded gas, 110 octane for 10 bucks. And the same for 100 unleaded, a little slightly less for 100 unleaded versus 109 unleaded. Pretty amazing day. I just loved it. Pretty amazing day. What a day.